Hey everybody, this is Natural Normal Day, and in today's video, I have a super special interview that I'm going to be doing covering drop shipping. Okay, so with no further ado, I'm going to bring on Delonte Brady so he can give us all of the juicy details that we need for this income stream. All right. Hi, Delonte.
Hey, what's going on, Nadrea? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. Blessed to, be up and be on this call right now.
I'm glad to hear that. I really am. So I've been hearing all this stuff about drop shipping, and I know you are the one that knows about it. So I thought it would be a good idea for you to come on live and or on the recording, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it some because I believe like not only do I need like a deeper understanding of what it is, but I believe a lot of people in my audience need to understand what it is as well. So could you start telling me like what exactly is drop shipping? Like,
Well, if I could go into what passive income is actually, and the importance of it. I'll get into this in a second, but
okay.
the importance of having passive income, I can really bring up today. For example, like I was telling you, before we even hopped on the call, I went
Mhm.
outside today. Today was the first snow. We had a winter storm up here in Ohio. Not sure where everybody is calling in from, but Ohio's winters are usually crazy. It's we're known for having huge snowstorms, but we were expecting 12 inches of snow last night, and we woke up to snow. And
Mhm.
I actually live, by the lake, and the weather is a lot different when you live by the lake than when you're in the inner city. But what I did was I went outside because I worked for the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District for 10 years.
Mhm.
And 90% of my work, 90 to 95% of my work consisted of being outside. So I have experienced some winters. And I mean, I'm talking about, just being outside in the cold and having to experience that and having to do that, to make my money, right? To make a living. So today I went outside and just to keep myself grounded, I went out there even though I didn't have to, and I brushed off the snow of the car and scraped off the ice, without gloves, without hat, just to get that feeling again, to remind myself to be grateful, now that I was able to walk away from that job because of passive income, because of the type of things we're about to talk about on this live right here. So
Mhm.
passive income, right, is income that's coming in that you basically you don't have a lot to do with it. It's constantly coming in. You could be asleep, you could be at work, right, and it's coming in. Residual income, that's work that you do one time, and then it continues to come in off of work, kind of like royalties. You do work one time, you help somebody learn a business, you teach somebody about a product, they continue purchasing it. You only did that work, one time, and that was it. So passive income is what drop shipping is. Once you get everything set up, customers continue to buy. And now, to get into what drop shipping actually is. So drop shipping is simply buying and selling online,
Okay.
or e-commerce. E-commerce is simply buying and selling online. And like it says on on this slide right here, have you ever shopped on Amazon or eBay, or have you ever scrolled through Facebook, Instagram, and seen an ad of something that you really, really wanted, right? And clicked on it
Mhm.
and purchased it, right? Whether
Right.
you did it on Facebook, Amazon, like almost everybody has bought something online, right?
Right.
Now, this industry has been growing for some time now, as far as the sales that it does. I believe last year it did. This industry did 2.7 trillion in sales, right? 2.7 trillion in sales, and it's projected to do 3.1 to 3.5 trillion dollars in sales 2021. And
Wow.
that's because of the coronavirus, because of really what is done to our way of living, right? A lot of us are forced to be at home. A lot of us are working remotely, and that's caused a boom in the industry as far as virtual. Zoom. The Zoom stock went up. If you got into that, early. You sit pretty right now. Uber Eats, Uber, all of these things where they're providing services that where they're delivering things to your home or where you can do things from home. This industry is booming. All right, so that's providing an opportunity for aspiring entrepreneurs to get into anything virtual, right? And this is something where everything takes place online. The beautiful thing about drop shipping, before I get into the way that it works, is you don't have to pay any overhead, right? We met at Happy Hour Nutrition. It
Right,
was me and Rachel's brick and mortar, right?
right.
So we sold, shakes from that building, but we had to pay for that space. We had to pay $1,100 a month. We had to pay insurance. We had to pay gas. We had to pay electric, right? And that's after, right? We bought products for the actual store for us to sell, right? So
Mm,
that cut into our profits. Now we're talking about creating an online store where you can do the same thing where there's the overhead charge is little to nothing, right? And you're doing that now in a time where people are starting to shop online. They're saying that it's been a boom of people who are now starting to shop, online, and instead of being that person
mm.
that is on Facebook and scrolling and you see something you buy it, you can be the person that things are being bought from. So right, so your own online store, like I said, passive income. This is something where customers are buying, from your store 24/7, right? And they're buying from all over the world, different time zones. So you could be asleep, you could be at work, you could be watching the kids, you could be doing anything. Once you have your online store set up, you have your product that you want to sell. That stream of income is coming in, right? Constantly. There's different ways that you can set up stores. Shopify provides a very simple way to set up that store. Is very easy to set it up with the educators, with what we have and what we're learning. Those Everything is in place for you to actually set this up. Drop shipping, to explain what drop shipping is and the way that it works, you have your own online store, and say I have a bike, right? There's a bike. The wholesaler sells the bike for $50. I can get the bike at wholesale price for $50, right, from this wholesaler.
Mhm.
What I do is I take that same bike, I advertise it, I put it into my store, and I advertise it for $200, right?
O- Okay.
Person sees it, impulse buyer. Oh, I gotta have this bike, right? They go put it in their cart, they buy it. The money comes directly to you. As
Okay.
a drop shipper, you take the $200 that the customer sent you, and you buy the bike from the wholesaler for $50, and you keep what's left over, right? And you decide if you want to pay the shipping and handling, but you give shipping information to the wholesaler, and they actually just ship the product right to the customer. So hands off inventory. You don't even have to have any inventory. You never see the bike, never touch the bike. Everything happened right there on your online store. You simply took the payment and paid for it, and gave the money to the wholesaler, and they sent it to the customer. That's drop shipping.
Easy.
Is that simple,
Right.
right? Now, the part that's not simple
Mhm.
is running the ads and understanding who to market to and how to market, right?
Mhm.
Knowing the gender that you want to be targeting, knowing the area that you want to be targeting, the age range, the interest, right? These are the things that you have to get educated on. These are the things that you want to go to a mentor for, someone who has the results, who has the success, and you want to, get the information from them. And that's exactly what we have with the ECX Academy. Just like we learn how to trade foreign exchange, we have that academy. I know I've been kind of rambling and talking. Is it anything that you wanted to ask?
Okay. Yes, I have a lot of questions. So, okay, how do you get started with this?
How do you get started with drop shipping or actually learning how to drop ship?
Both.
Both. All right, because it's a difference, right? People want to get started with it, but I think they forget the step of actually you need to know, what to do before you put your money into actually creating your store and all of that. You got to have the education. You really want to, be effective when you first start out. As far as getting started, how to learn, ECX Academy, right? You know, we recently just added that academy, just got added by the company. And just like we learned how to trade foreign exchange, how we went through that academy, how we log in at our own leisure, right? We have a virtual course that's online that you don't have to show up to physically. It's virtual, right? Everything is going virtual. So
Right.
you log in at your leisure, you learn everything at your own pace, and it's the same type of deal. And we also have the live education. So, you know, we have an educator who's done hundreds of thousands in sales in drop shipping. And this man, right, is educating us on how to, he's walking us step by step. We have our store set up. We had our store set up within a week, right? And we could have done it even faster than that. But by the second series, by the 202 series, you're setting up your store, already got your store set up. And not only are they walking you step by step on everything to do, and I mean, this is stuff that I was, as we were going through it, I was like, I would have never been able to figure this out on my own. I would have been taking forever. It's a lot of legal things that you know, you got to look into. So instead of spending all of that time, you know, trying to do it on my own, which is what I did earlier in my life, this is like just warp speeded us to be able to actually get our store open. But basically, the way you get started, or we have the ECX Academy, and we also have the live education. So
Okay.
just like we're on right now, you're actually going to be able to get on that class and talk to him, and you're going to be able to ask him questions
Okay.
live. They're keeping you updated on trending products, right? They're keeping you updated on the different algorithms. They're keeping you updated on how the information is changing, if anything is changing with the industry, which is very important. You know, to that's it's very important to have access to that information when you get into any type of business, any industry. You want to be up to date on how things are changing, right? So, and the way you get started is you get enrolled in the ECX Academy.
Okay. So, okay. I'm loving everything. So typically, when I'm opening up a store, because I did attempt to do drop shipping earlier this year, actually, and actually a couple years ago, because I tried to do a hair store, but I didn't have the right people, the right mentors. So this sounds like something that I need in my life. But typically, how much should I have set to the side, like ready for building my store, building the product and inventory with the manufacturers?
Set aside. So for the education, you want to
Mhm.
have about 325 set aside for the education.
Okay.
Right? Now, if you're already enrolled into the academy, if you're all like you, if you're already in the foreign exchange academy, you're already learning forex, you already have access to all of the tools. It's just an extra $100.
Okay.
Yep. We added it on for an extra $100. But you know, for somebody that if that's all you want to do, you're just coming in, you're not involved with foreign exchange and learning that skill set. It's 325 to get started, and then it's 275 a month to continue to have access to the education, to the mentors, and then to the add-ons, to the tools. There's actually other tools that are involved you know, with the academy. That's just going. I'm talking about a template that you can press a button, download it, and you
Right.
have a website set up. Instead of having to go through Wix or having to go through GoDaddy and get all these different pictures, like I'm talking about literally touching a button, boom, website
Okay.
set up.
Okay. Okay. I'm thinking. So technically, because we don't get paid until a buyer comes to buy from our shop, right? And then
Mhm.
we don't have to basically we don't have to have the money up front to have a store per se. Like we just wait until a customer comes, buys it from us, we take that money and then buy the inventory to have shipped to the customer from the manufacturer,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And
Ah,
as
okay.
far as advertising, right? Because you're going to have to put money into ads. You're going to have to put money into advertising. That's how you scale your business. I would say realistically, what we have put to the side for advertising is $1,000. Now, how long that's going to last? The way that we're taught is that you want to put the information out there, or you want to put the ads out there a little bit at a time. You don't want to just blow
Right.
$100 on an ad, right? So talking about $5, $10 just to see what type of response you get. Because
Right.
when you put these ads out there, what you're actually paying for is not trying to get your product sold, right? Because there's a process that you got to go through. What
Right.
you're paying for is the information, the people who it's reaching. If they're coming into your site, if they actually click on your site, if they actually put something in the checkout, all of these things that are going to help you to be able to, close and make sales later on. So you're paying for that information. Once you get that down, that's when you really start really funneling in the money, because that's when you'll see the return, because you have the information and you know exactly who to target and how to target them.
Okay. And when like they teach us the marketing as far as like Facebook, Instagram, what else? Like what other platforms do they teach us like to market? And do they also include SEO?
They talked about Google, they talked about Pinterest, um, Instagram, Facebook. They even said something about Amazon as well. So,
Okay.
um, yeah, but mainly Facebook. Most sales from impulse buyers take place on Facebook.
Yeah, I could be guilty of that. I did that a couple of days ago. I was because I'm like in the process of doing some up training for coaching and rebranding that. And in the middle of the night, it's just like, oh yeah, I could try this, I could try that, and it's just like,
Right.
oh, you could get the course for $1, and I'm like, why not? So
Dollar.
yeah, because I mean, like, because they have like a lot of upsells that's included with it. So like, you get caught up in that upsell, and you're like, oh, do I really want to do this and stuff?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
okay, I'm liking this so far. So like, how do somebody get started? Like, how can they? Let's say somebody's hearing this today, they want to get started immediately.
They would contact you. They would contact you because you're already enrolled. You have your enrollment link, and
Mhm.
you just walk them through the process of getting enrolled. And it's very simple. It's like a 5-minute process. And what you would do is you just want to make sure that they're not getting overcharged on anything. So walking them through the enrollment process, getting them started, and then we send them the next steps. Once they get started, we let them know how to access the platform, what the schedule is. So contacting Natural Normal Nay.
Yes. Yeah, send me an email at naturalnormalnay@gmail.com or leave your email address in the comments and I will hit you up with the right information to start. So, okay. I really was thinking about doing a drop shipping with ECX. I think that right now I should do it because it's just nothing but money's being made in this market. So anything that we can do to add to our multiple streams of income is very, very good. So
Absolutely. Guess what we're doing with the extra money that we make from trading foreign exchange. The
mhm.
profits that I make from Euro USD not only is going to be going into investing in cryptocurrency, but going into ads for the drop shipping company. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, this is so exciting. All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to add before we close out?
Oh no, that's it. If you're on this call, wherever you calling in from, I hope you got value from this. And it was a pleasure sharing the information. Thank you for having me on.
All right. Thank you so much, Delante.
All right, no problem, Nedra. You have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
All right, everybody. So thank you so much for staying tuned. I hope you guys thought that this was very valuable. But I'm going to end that right here. And if you need to find out more information or want to join the Dropshipping Academy, please do not be afraid to hit me up at naturalnormalnay@gmail.com. Or if you follow me on Instagram, natural_normal_nay. All right. Well, this is Natural Normal Nay. And this is all I have to say. Goodbye.